There is another audio recording of House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who's a Republican, making it very clear that he wants Trump out. This is truly incredible stuff. And it's not improving my opinion of McCarthy. It's actually worsening it. And I'll explain why. New audio, reports CNN. McCarthy said 25th Amendment takes too long. In other words, the 25th Amendment would take too long to remove Trump. He wanted, as a Republican who publicly supported Trump, privately, McCarthy wanted Trump removed, wanted to reach out to Biden after the January 6th attack. This is incredible. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy discussed the 25th Amendment. This is a mechanism to remove a sitting president on a call with Republican leadership days after the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol, and said the process takes too long, according to audio obtained by the New York Times and shared with CNN. He also said he wanted to reach out to then President-elect Biden to hope for a smooth transition, and said he thought an impeachment would further divide the nation. Let's listen to that audio revealed yesterday to CNN by the New York Times reporters. This is incredible stuff.
Yeah. Look, what the president did is atrocious and totally wrong. From the standpoint, we're 12 days away. I mean, the one point I make with Biden, if you have an impeachment and you're stuck sitting in the Senate and he needs cabinet members, you've got Secretary of Defense, you've got a lot of things that you've got to have moving. And you think from a perspective, you put everything else away, this country is very, very divided. I do think the impeachment divides the nation further and continues to divide even greater. That's why I want to reach out to Biden. I wanted the president to meet with Biden. If that's not going to happen, I want to see about us meeting with Biden, sitting down, make a smooth transition, show that, and continue to keep those statements going. So hopefully, I know he's got to talk to Pelosi, but hopefully he calls me today and see if we can start that process.
This is incredible stuff, truly. Okay, and that's the end of the clip. This makes these people look way worse. So every time we learn something like this, there's kind of two perspectives, right? One perspective is these people aren't as crazy as we thought, in the sense that they realized how dangerous Trump was and they actually did want him gone. That's one perspective. They're not as bad. The other perspective is these people are even worse because it's not that they genuinely believed Trump won and the riots were good and all this different stuff. They knew the opposite was true, but they continued publicly saying the things that they had to say in order to stay in Trump's good graces or whatever the case may be. I believe that the latter is accurate. These people are worse because Kevin McCarthy knew better. He knew better. He was saying it. He was on the phone with Liz Cheney. He was on the phone with whoever. And he continued to pander and to risk American democracy because of whatever selfish or self-centered reasons made him do it publicly. He says, it was atrocious and it was totally wrong what Trump did. We got to look at the 25th Amendment. And yet publicly, he just continued to do his thing and say, no, everything's good. Republicans are good. Everything's good. So is it a desire for power and money and continuing to have access to the president that influenced it? Is there some connection, and we're speculating here, between whatever made Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham 180 on Trump? Remember, those were not people who ever supported Trump early. And then all of a sudden they love Trump. They think he's great. Is there some connection between that and whatever kept McCarthy publicly supporting Trump? Could it be as simple as polling? They saw, listen, most of the base supports this guy, so we've got to support this guy. All of this confirms McCarthy is sane enough to know about the toxicity and the atrocity of Trump, and yet he still actively chose to allow it, and that makes him, I believe, worse than if he was a true believer. And this kind of gets back to the conversation we've been having for a week or two now about what's worse, the true believers or the false believers. The 25th Amendment was exactly for situations like these, where the president has become so compromised, he can't think straight. He can't discharge his duty as president of the United States. He's lost his mind. And some of the people closest to him, I guess they knew it had been enough, but they chose not to act. And they continue, Republicans do, to tell Democrats now that they've got to clean up the mess that it's actually Republicans and Trumpists who created. Now, one other question. We've been playing these recordings of Kevin McCarthy for weeks now. Has Fox even talked about them? Do Fox News viewers even know that these recordings exist? I genuinely don't know the answer. I mean, it's not like I sit around and watch Fox. Do they have any idea of what we've learned from these recordings over the last few weeks? I don't know the answer to that. But if the answer is no, this goes to our story about two Americas that exist. And it's very, very disturbing stuff. Let me know your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter at @dpackman. Do you know the fastest growing crime in the United States? For years, the rate of this crime has been surging. The crime is identity theft, and it happens way more often than you might think. It's happened to me. I've talked about this on the show before, and it can be really bad sometimes. You get a text that your email password has been changed, your bank calls about unusual activity, your PayPal account is getting drained, and it can happen very, very quickly. To keep my accounts protected, I use Aura, our sponsor. Aura is identity theft protection, fraud monitoring, and password management all wrapped into one. Aura monitors the dark web for your information. They monitor your credit card. They monitor your bank accounts. My subscription to Aura gives me peace of mind, protects my devices. It protects all of my different accounts, and I can monitor everything in one place on the app. If I get attacked, Aura actually takes action to prevent and resolve the issues in real time. And Aura is letting my audience try it completely free for 14 days. Go to aura.com/Pacman. The link is down below.